My name is Rosa, and this is my story. My parents are immigrants from El Salvador, and they came here and had me. My whole life, I've always been surrounded by people who came from a Spanish background. They were either from Colombia, or they were from El Salvador, or Guatemala. Coming to Northeastern, where not everybody came from the same background as me, it was very hard for me. I didn't know a lot of Latinos here, and so I almost felt lonely because I couldn't talk to people in Spanish or talk about things that I had in common with them. A way that I overcame that obstacle was going to the Latinx Center here on campus. The Latinx Center is a culture center where a bunch of Latinos or people who speak Spanish can come and just be themselves and talk about, their culture and speak Spanish. We have something called Hora de Café, which in English translates to coffee hour. And it's every week, and we basically all just come as a community, as one, and we speak Spanish and we get to know one another. And I remember that was the moment where I felt like I belonged. Like I finally felt at home. Like I found my group of people that knew where I come from and knew where I was coming from. Advice that I would give my freshman self is definitely just step out of your comfort zone. Find something that you identify with. Northeastern has a bunch of great resources. They have organizations, clubs, sports, communities that you can be a part of. Find where those places are located at and go to their orientations, go to their weekly meetings. You start building these friendships and amazing bonds with these people, and you build resources for yourself because you start to get to know the staff that's there, and sometimes they'll offer you opportunities that you never thought you'd have. Be confident in yourself and be proud of where you come from, and you are here for a reason, and you are good enough to be here.
My name is Christian, and this is my story. I'm from the Dominican Republic. My family is born and raised there. I was raised here in Boston, but a lot of influence, obviously. It was very difficult for my mother to transition from there to here, mainly because of money. She had to work her butt off to sustain 3 kids, basically on her own. School was obviously like the main priority for her and for her children, so she made sure that if you're sick, that doesn't matter. You got a broken leg? No, that's fine. You can still go to school because every day you should be learning something new. So that's what made me strive for things that are bigger and bigger when it comes to education. She definitely told me, apply. And I told her Northeastern was the dream one. She said, go for it too. When it came to transitioning from foundation year to Northeastern Day, it was definitely a challenge. I'll paint a scene. I'm there sitting in class. They're talking about the history of the French Revolution. And I'm just there, sitting there. Everyone's getting their dates right, their names right, even pronouncing the je ne sais quoi of French. And I'm just sitting there like, what is going on? And I feel like I'm not supposed to be here. Like, I'm supposed to apologize to the professor and just walk out and be like, what was I doing there? Mainly because I don't feel like I belong, and that was a big challenge for me, and I feel like sometimes it can still be a challenge, but I'm definitely learning how to stop comparing myself and stop trying to one-up other classmates because they're doing the same thing that you're trying to do, which is learn. Advice for first-generation students is that your parents will understand you, so always talk to them no matter what. Just staying quiet never really helps anyone. It helps to speak out on your problems or whatever you're thinking about. Find your group or find someone in, the same class that you're in. That's something that I did with my Portuguese class with this girl named Brianna. She was amazing help for just calming me down, relaxing. We would talk about basically anything that was happening in our lives, whether that be our dogs, our jobs, anything, and that really just helped me calm down and brought me back down to reality, saying, you got friends here, you should be fine. Don't compare yourself to anyone because there's always going to be someone who's better than you, and that's something that you have to accept, and you should be happy where you are and still strive for what you want, but know that comparing yourself won't bring you anywhere. You're just beating yourself down to the ground.
My name is Savas, and this is my story. I was born in Greece, and my dad's also from Greece. My mom's from Albania. My mom had dropped out of the 8th grade and my dad had only finished high school. He never got the opportunity to transition to college like he wanted for his children. They wanted me to go to college, but they really had no idea what the process was like. I'd have to get a lot of help from the faculty at my high school. I decided on Northeastern specifically because of the co-ops, study abroads, and even specifically the Dialogue of Civilizations program. By the time I graduate, I'm probably gonna have 2 or 3 different global experiences. I really want to be able to connect with everybody, no matter where they're from. As a first-gen college student, I'm needed a lot at home, and my parents don't really understand, how much work really goes into going to college full-time. I'll be in the middle of a project and my mom will text me, "Hey, I need you to go take out the trash." Well, I'm not home right now. I won't be for a few more hours. I'm really lucky to have a sister that also goes to Northeastern, so we can sort of share the burden together. You go do this, I'll do this next time, and we sort of juggle between things like that. I think it's really important to just be straightforward and honest from the get-go. With your lab partner or group project partner, whoever it is, they'll want to meet up maybe at, 9 or 10 p.m. to work on projects together, and that's not so accessible for me. Tell them offhand, right at the beginning, "Hey, I commute from home, that takes up some time, and I'm not always free in the middle of the night like you might be." Working on Fundies projects together over Skype. It's not the best solution, but it's workable. A lot of first-generation college students, they don't come with families that have a lot of money. Get a work-study job. Oftentimes on your financial aid package, you'll see that little section says work-study funds. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. I know Northeastern has a work-study job fair. If you can find specifically a job somewhere in your major, you can really connect with a lot of the professors over there. Get to know them on a first-name basis, ask them about their classes. One of the dialogues I will be going on to Japan, I'd only found out about it through my work-study job, since the professor that runs the dialogue, he is my boss. So I got to know him that way. That is how I found a community in Northeastern and even outside, with a lot of internship opportunities that have been popping up for me.
Hi, my name is Ixlin, and this is my story. My mom finished elementary school. My dad never got to finish school. I think he got up to middle school. I came from a community college, and I was on the honor roll there. When I received the acceptance letter from Northeastern, I was excited, but I thought that they sent the letter to the wrong person. But I was extremely excited when I realized it was definitely me. Some of the issues was trying to find time to manage the schoolwork, trying to be a great employee, and being able to be there for my daughter. She is in an honor roll accelerated program at her school, a STEM school, and so I just want to make sure she's doing well as I'm also doing well in school. I was able to basically create a schedule. I had a calendar, I lived by that calendar. I was also able to take online classes, which helped a lot, only because online classes, you can be more flexible. You're able to just, like for example, if an assignment is due on Wednesday, I can just make sure I submit that assignment either on Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. I have plenty of time to be flexible. I had a lot of outside support. One, I had friends who were all in great jobs and careers, and although I was the only one that had a child and didn't have a degree, they were constantly, "Hey, you can do it, you can do this, you're almost there, do you need help with this assignment? I can teach you, I can explain it to you." I definitely took my time, and I suggest taking your time. So I started off with one class, and then when I felt like, okay, I was able to take one more, I decided to take 2 classes. And then there was one semester where I did take 3 classes and I was having a hard time, so I went right back to taking 2 classes. Health management capstone, that course allowed us to do an internship, either at a selected place or your job preference. And for me, I was able to do it at my organization, which was great because I ran into a lot of challenges, and the book was very hands-on. in how to deal with those challenges. You're definitely not going to have it all together being in this program. You want to be the best that you can, but you're not perfect. Even when you think you know it all, you got it all, you're going to run into some challenges. And when you do, it's okay. Just, understand that everyone goes through it. Honestly, I don't know how I did it. I think one of the things that worked for me was being able to take it a step at a time, and then keeping that goal in the back of my mind that this is what I wanted. And I was able to do it being a mother. I was going through my personal issues, my divorce, financially as well, being a single mother. And here I am, about to graduate tomorrow, class of 2019, with my bachelor's in health management. Even when you're going through all of that, ask yourself, what is it that you want most? Keep that as your number one goal despite what you're going through. Problems are gonna come, issues are gonna come, you gotta be able to push through it